Hi, my name is Jean Schlesinger, and I'm one of the Whitman cluster coordinators. And we were here testifying before the Board of Education tonight to talk with them about the priorities most important to our cluster, but also first to say that we do stand 100% behind the MCC PTA operating budget priorities. In terms of our cluster, the three things that are most pressing concern. First, class size. We urge the board that there not be any further increases in class size. Just by way of example, we happen to have one elementary school with 2 kindergarten classes now, both of which are over even the new guidelines that were set with an increase. So both of those classes are at 27, and as a result, it's difficult for teachers to meet on a consistent basis with the small reading groups that are necessitated by the fact that kindergarten students have very differentiated levels of reading abilities. So it is a challenge certainly for teachers to engage and teach and enable children to meet benchmarks with classes of that size. It is distracting for students who are trying to learn, and it is also a challenge for dual and single working parents who must spend additional time reteaching and reinforcing material at school. Likewise, in the high school setting, some of the classes are so large that we are literally out of space in the classroom. Art's just one example. In some of the art classes, there is literally no countertop, much less a desk, on which for students to work. So in the interest of students and teachers and parents alike, we urge that there be no further increases in class size. Secondly, given the class size increases that we've already had, we feel very strongly that there should be no further cuts to instructional staff. ESOL, paraeducators, staff development, and other instructional staff that are critical to support learning with these larger class sizes. Just last week in the Whitman High School, we had 5 new ESOL students register. And ESOL teachers are simply essential to enable these students to learn and even to pass HSAs, which are of course critical here in the county. So simply put, there should be no further cuts to the instructional staff needed to support these larger class sizes in our schools. Third, with respect to the rollout of new curriculum, it is very important that we have adequate staff development, materials, and technology to support that curriculum rollout in order for the curriculum to be meaningful and successful for our students. And so we urge that that be done in a very thoughtful way, and in particular that the board and MCPS take into account smaller schools like Carter Spring Elementary School, which does not have a full-time staff development person on their staff. We need to look very carefully at how they'll ensure adequate training for the teachers for that new curriculum. And the last point that we made to the Board of Education is that we do fully support maintenance, the concept of maintenance of effort and maintenance of effort funding for our schools, and we will work very hard to advocate for funding at the state and local level to ensure funding for our schools. And we hope that once the state and local funding levels are known, that the Board of Education will work with the parent community through MCC PTA to make the very difficult decisions that need to be made.